Well, next we have The Aggressor from Rasmuch. The titles always get you wondering too.
Yeah.
Right. I'm going to mute and we'll be ready for track 3.
Damn.
Okay, but you're first this time, I think.
Sick.
Yeah. That was
You're muted.
Muted.
Ben is muted again. No.
What? How? What? That was like. At first, I was like, "Oh, this is like Metroid Prime meets movie trailers." And then when the drop came, I was like, "Oh no, it's Doom!" That was really cool. I think. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of. It was a really effective like build up and drop. I don't know what you call it, technique, I guess.
Yeah.
Right.
Really good, smooth build up from nothing, and then let me think of something critical to say too. All right, I'll think of something critical to say while you guys talk.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I can quickly go. When we were listening, I think the first thing that popped up in my head was like, this composer is a really good producer. Like they mastered the sound design. They knew exactly what beats they were going for, and everything was just super well processed. And even through this live stream, you can hear the quality of the overall track is like spot on. I think for me, like, because this is just like an image, I felt it was just lacking a tad of melody. I don't know, maybe maybe it was your intention to maybe focus a lot more on the sound design and have all the production elements stand out. But in terms of the racing aspect, like, they're kind of staring at each other intently. They want that energy. So I kind of want to hear even more of a melodic fragment there. Something to really just have us hook into the scene and bring us into what's actually happening in the action. But that's just a little, minor nitpick there.
Yeah, when I heard that intro, I was thinking Animals as Leaders because I'm like a big prog metal fan, and I was really satisfied when it did at least go like pretty heavy. Like the energy was big, and I liked that. I personally would have loved for it to go like even more in that direction. But regardless, I think like one thing, even if you're staying in this sort of more electronic or like movie trailer style, one thing that you could take from that, like, it's not necessarily like, oh, you need a drum kit with a double kick pedal and stuff, but I think that I could have used a little more variation in the drum pattern to like turn the phrases around, like some more fills. I think would have been strong musically. Even when I was listening to it, I was doing like a couple air fills. But yeah, that's like my main critique. But kind of as Chris was saying, the sound design, and especially like also doing a couple of sound effects really helped me like be on the race course.
Yeah.
I thought that was super effective.
Yeah, it was great.
You had time, man. You had time.
Well, so you're right. The drum thing is it is very nitpicky, I think. But the when the drop comes and you get the beat and you want it to be huge and heavy, making it like a halftime or like quarter time even, or whatever it would be, is like very, very spacey. And I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. But I would have liked to have been indulged with a busier, heavier drum part maybe.
Well, drawing from that that metal sphere, like save that as a breakdown. Come in first, like guns blazing a little bit more.
Totally, especially coming out of such a big, anticipation building thing.
Right.
You could have you earned giving us a lot. Sometimes it's like you're giving us too much at once for young composers or whatever. But
that's great.
You definitely earned some indulgence.